you to tell me who they are.
Okay.
Who's that? You don't know?
George Washington.
Yeah? Who is he?
He was the fourth president. He freed the slaves. And he could never tell a lie.
You think if we spent $1.4 billion, we'd have been able to educate them a little bit better on who George Washington was? But watch this one. This one's very interesting.
Who's that?
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. George W. Bush?
Nope. That's a good guess, though.
Only one child could take a guess at this mysterious figure. Who in the world could they be talking about? What picture could they be showing that only one child could take a guess at? How effective has the world been at indoctrinating? Christian, how effective have we been? You see, we need to recognize there is a war going on. There's a spiritual battle. The world's been smart. As a controller for 24 and a half years, I learned one thing. You want me to use the radar properly when I'm using it, right? Most of your hands went up when you said you flew into O'Hare sometime. You want me to use that radar properly. But there's one thing you need to understand. I could have a great radar system and I could be a good controller, but what if I don't have any electricity? Is the system going to work well? No, it's not going to work well. You see, you need to have all these pieces in place. You can't just have a couple pieces and make it work. Friends, the Bible is like a radar system. It's like a radar system. And if you don't use it properly, I guarantee you, you're not going to like the results that you get. You won't like it. You see, most of us are not using the Bible as it was meant to be, as real history, to put on those glasses to understand the world that we live in because of one very simple little thing. The same thing that Satan did in the Garden of Eden. Did God really say that? Yea, hath God said? Doubt. If Satan can get you to doubt this in the first chapter, the second chapter, the third chapter, where do you quit doubting? See, Satan's smart. What is the tool that's being used in our culture today to get us to doubt? I submit to you that it's millions of years in evolution. And that's where the world's been very smart, very consistent, very focused message. Cartoons, comic books, magazines, TV, movies, magazines, very consistent message. So let's get in and look at just a few of these things so that we can start getting our radar turned on. As a Christian, I want you to at least walk away from this weekend having your radar turned on so that the next time you're watching TV and these things come across the TV, you find a way to catch them and then use them to educate other Christians around you. Look at the message that's going on. But then also use them as talking points with non-Christians. How do you use the culture? Not be abused by the culture, but how do you use the culture to reach them with the gospel of Jesus Christ? That's what we want to do. Please don't take what I say that, or to even imply that you think that I believe that there's some sort of conspiracy theory going on. Oh, they got this big conspiracy and they're all trying to overwhelm us and undermine the Christian faith with using the media and that sort of a thing. There are those pieces out there, believe me. I mean, Michael Moore has an agenda. All right? He's got an agenda. But the vast majority of people that are involved in this medium, they're just trying to make a buck many times, and this is the only thing that they know. So all I'm trying to say with the movie clips and that sort of a thing is be aware that those messages are there. They're just portraying what they honestly believe. Be aware of those messages and then use those messages to be able to share the gospel of Christ and open lines of communication with people that really many times won't go to a church. So let's start with TV. Let's just kind of get in and take a look at a few clips here and see if we can't find some evolution. I mean, let's not even go to the no-brainer stuff. I mean, Jeff Corwin, Wild Discovery, all of the animal shows that I love, no-brainer. If you turn them on, they're fantastic until you turn the audio up. When you turn the audio up, look out, brother, they're coming for you. They got a very consistent, focused message. So let's go to the safe stuff. Let's go to things like Friends. Now, how many of you have ever watched that show? How many have ever watched it? Let me see a show of hands here. Oh, okay, so you've seen this show, so you know what it's about. I don't think I've ever seen a full episode of it, but my daughter called me with this and said, hey, Dad, there's evolution in Friends. So I went and found it. I couldn't get the video clip, unfortunately, because I'm not going to pay $50 for it. But I'll read the transcript to you. I don't know, it's just, monkeys, Darwin. It's a nice story. I just think it's a little too easy. This is the one where Heckles dies. Too easy. The process of every living thing on this planet evolving over millions of years from single-celled organisms is too easy? Yeah, I just don't buy it. Excuse me, evolution is not for you to buy, Phoebe. Evolution is scientific fact, like the air we breathe, like gravity. Isn't that interesting? You don't think there's a message in there? You don't think that's influencing? It is influencing. Oh, we got to go through the commercials, though, as we watch TV. I mean, you got to run into commercials, too. Evolution in a beer commercial? Huh. Watch this one.
The rhythm of life is a powerful beat. Puts a tingle in your fingers and a tingle in your feet. Rhythm in your bedroom, rhythm in the street. Yes, the rhythm of life is a powerful beat. And the rhythm of life is a powerful beat. Puts a tingle in your fingers and a tingle in your feet. Rhythm in your bedroom, rhythm in the street. Yes, the rhythm of life is a powerful beat. Flip your wings and fly to your daddy. Take a dive and swim to your daddy. Hit the floor and rock your daddy.
You don't think there's a message in there? Okay, let's get back to TV. Let's go to CSI. How many of you have ever watched CSI? Oh, okay. A lot of you have watched that. This one is very interesting. Oh, they don't have messages. It's just a detective show. It's just a police show, right? There's no messages in there. Oh, let's take a look.
Her parents never understood her, but still, I think they should know. What do I say?
Show him an oyster.
I'm sorry?
There are two types of male oysters, and one of them can change genders at will. And before man crawled out of the muck, maybe he had the same option. Maybe originally we were supposed to be able to switch genders. And being born with just one sex is a mutation.
No messages there, right? Well, let's go to the safe stuff. Bob the Builder.
Hold it, Scoop! There's something down there. It's too big to be a cow's bone, but it just might be a dinosaur's bone.
A dinosaur? Oh.
It's all right, Lofty. The dinosaurs lived millions of years ago.
Oh, no teaching there either, right? Friends, these messages are there.
Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
Now, I'm sorry. This has got to be the dumbest cartoon I have ever seen. I just don't get it. Yes, I'm getting old, but it's a sponge living underwater, and there's lightning, there's rain, there's fire, a squirrel running around with some sort of helmet on so it can breathe. It's just dumb. I don't get it. Evolution? Yes, there is. They actually did one called UGG.
Dawn breaks over the primordial sea. It is here that millions of years ago, life began taking its first clumsy steps out of the darkness, opening its newly formed eyeballs to stare into the blinding light of intelligence.
So even in SpongeBob, yes, there's evolution. Jimmy Neutron. Ah, well, this one's filled with it. Just one little tiny one that I got out of this one is from Substitute Creature. Very interesting. He finds a piece of 64-million-year-old spinach in between some teeth in a dinosaur museum, and he clones it and brings it back to life. Now, that's ridiculous, right? Come on, that's just ridiculous. 64-million-year-old spinach? It wouldn't last that long. But you know what I like to do with little clips like this when I get the opportunity to talk with young folks? Now, we would say that's ridiculous. There's no way spinach could last 64 million years old. But you know what they found? They've actually found tissue, dinosaur tissue. They've actually found dinosaur blood cells, blood vessels, supposedly 70 million years old. And the scientists, they have no problem with that. Do you think that that tissue, those blood cells and those blood vessels could last 70 million years? There's no way. And you read what they write. Oh, there must be some method out there that saves this stuff for millions of years that we just don't know about. How about it's not 70 million years old?